Hello and welcome to chapter 6 Functions. So we are finally entering the function chapter, and the topic discussed in this section is the function concept, the library function, and the user defined function, including function declaration, function definition, calling a function, function parameter, and return statement. Alright, let's see about the function concept. So, a function is a block of statement that performs a specific task. Let's say you are writing a C program and you need to perform a same task in that program more than once. In such case, you have two options. Use the same set of statements every time you want to perform, or create a function to perform that task and just call it every time you need to perform the task. So it's just a way to simplify your coding, and if there is an error, it is easily detectable in which line of the code. So previously in our class writing, the writing of a code, we usually only put the main function or the main block of a program. But by using function, we have multiple blocks of code that we can call upon to simplify our code. So suppose we need to create a program to create a circle and color it. We can create two functions to solve this problem. To create a function drawing a circle and a function to color the circle. A large program in C can be divided into many subprograms. The subprogram is called as a function. Basically, a job of function is to do something, like any other things. C program contains at least one function, which is main. This is what we usually use. So, the advantages of function in C, you can divide your task into many different groups of function or blocks. When you divide a large program into various functions, it becomes so easy to manage each function individually. Whenever an error occurs in the program, you can easily investigate faulty functions and correct only those errors. You can easily call and use functions whenever they are required, which automatically leads in saving time and space. So, if for example the first function you do outside the main function is a long code for a for loop or an if loop or any other loops, you can simplify it just by putting it all in function 1 and using your main function to call upon function 1 multiple times if you need it a lot of times. Same goes for the other function, and you can create as many functions as you want. So there are two types of functions in C programming, which is library function and user-defined function. Every C program has at least one function which is the main function, but a program can have any number of functions. The main function in C is a starting point of a program. The standard library functions are built-in functions in C programming, and these functions are defined in header files. For example, the printf is a standard library function to send formatted output to the screen, displaying output on the screen. So printf is a way of calling the function because it is inside the standard IO library on your user-defined definition outside of the main function just now. So this function is defined in the standard io.h header file, like mentioned over here. This is what we use so that we can use printf, scanf, and all of those things. To use printf function, we need to include the standard IO header, including by using hashtag include standard io.h. Like as you can see, this is the first thing you need to write before you write any other things in your code. SQRT function calculates the square root of a number. The function is defined in the mathhatch header file. This is rarely been used in our previous exercises, but in most complex mathematical calculation, we would need to use mathh header file.